right, shalom, shalom. All right, so this is just gonna be a quick testimony, dream testimony I had, so in this dream, it was a full-blown, like, organized stage attack, like, the military troops that Esau let out. Before I get into this call, Halom La Yahweh Bashmi Al Shah. Shalom to all the Holy Elect and double honors to the Holy Elect Elder Apostles, at the Great Millstone Church, all right? And all the elder bishops, and everybody in the order and on the faith of Yahweh Bashmi Al Shah. So, shalom. So, like I said, in this dream, I'm gonna try to recall it the best. I had it some hours ago, but I'm gonna try to recall it the best I can, Lord will. Now, in this dream, I was with a group of people, a random group of people. It was dudes from the world, right? That I, knew of from the world. It was weird. But I take them people to be like, based off the dream, I take them to be like people you least expect, right? Because in this dream, we obviously had got powers, you see it in the title. But long story short, this main scene I remember, we was like downtown, here in Illinois, downtown Chicago. And I think it was like over a bridge. It was us and like way up the road, like some blocks, you could see them though. They had, it was the military, they had their roadblocks up and everything. They had guns pointed, it was helicopters, tanks, they was holding assault rifles. And it was kind of like the scene on, I'm gonna pull it up, the scene on Chronicle, for those that ever seen that movie Chronicle, when the dude got the power at the end. And he's having a standoff with the police. I'm gonna try to get it real quick so you can see. He has a standoff with the police. Okay, here we go. Try to get it. If you ain't seen it, I suggest go watch it, because that's exactly how this part was. But I just want to show it to make it that much more edifying. They're not showing the full screen. Okay, here we go. No, it was bigger than that. Yeah, kind of. So it's kind of like this, right? Close this out. It was kind of like this. This is an image of it. Not from an aerial view, but this is how it looked for me looking down the road. Like it was crazy. It was way more cars. It was way more guns. It was way more artillery, on deck by these people. But nonetheless, as we're standing there, the guy, he holding a gun like this, the assault rifle, and the dudes I'm with, the Jakes I'm with, they standing there with me, but I can't say they were scared, but they just didn't know what was next. But I immediately put my hand up towards the dude, and I did this, and I threw the gun out of his hand. That's what happened. I threw the gun out of his hand, and when I threw it out of his hand, it was like someone pulled the gun out of his hand, like if someone was to actually like take the gun and snatch it out of his hand, like pull it to the point he'd damn near come off his feet. That's what happened. You know, he completely came off his feet. And once I, you know, did this, and I was like, the gun came out of his hand, the assault rifle came out of his head and hit the ground, and he like flew, and they didn't know what was going on. And from that point on, it went up, you know. I think they had a tank bomb, like as we started getting closer and closer to each other. I'm gonna just get to the point, right? I put my hand out again and I flipped the tank over. And then simultaneously, I'm gonna go ahead and pull this part up. And we're outnumbered, by the way. Simultaneously, a big father ship pulls up, and it's the color of black opal. A big father ship pulled up. It was the color of black opal. It literally looked like this, and I'm talking about, it was humongous. It covered the whole skyline. You know, I think I actually have an image for that too. But it covered the whole skyline. You know, I got a few images. You know, it came out of nowhere as we were simultaneously fighting. And as I looked up, I'm talking about, it came on the scene like super dramatic. As it came on the scene, it's a good one. As it came on the scene, literally like this, is out of nowhere. You know, I was like, yeah, it's the Lord. So it was crazy, man. It was amazing. And as I woke up, I like, dang, overlooked that the Lord just, just gave me a dream about, getting that power, man. But like I said, okay, here, this is another good one. You know, it came out of nowhere, you know? And the Lord, he said these things was gonna happen. So I'm gonna just get a quick scripture for those that don't know. This is Joel 2:28. And it shall come to pass afterward that I will pour out my spirit upon all flesh, and your sons and your daughters shall prophesy. Your old men shall dream dreams. Your young men shall see visions. So there it is. So, and it's obviously regarding the things that's to come. Like I said, it was a full, when you get this word vision, the word you get right here is kazayan, or kazaya one, right? Kazaya one, which means oracle or prophecy in divine communication. And it says, in the Strong's definition, expectation by dream. So pretty much, kind of like Magneto, Shalom, but that was the obvious, I could have said, because, I had another dream that pretty much was dealing with that. But pretty much, man, like I said, the Lord, I just read this is supposed to be happening, the Chazaya one, the Chazaya one, these visions, which goes into things to expect and prophecies. And we already know when you go to Isaiah 59, let's just get to it, 59:19. So shall they fear the name of the Yahweh, of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua, from the west, and his glory from the rising of the sun. When the enemy shall come in like a flood, the spirit of Yahweh shall lift up a standard against him. you know, and it's what I pray on. You know, my name actually be standard, you know, Nawasa, you know, Shariah Nawasa, you know, Shariah Nawasa, man, you know, remnant elect, remnant standard, man, and Shemad Padah, oil and redeemed, all right, but yeah, the Lord said he's gonna lift up a standard upon them, and that standard goes into pretty much, you know, power, you know, disappearing, you know, ultimately it means escape, you know, depart, all right. Also it goes into put to flight when you go into it. So yeah, man, pretty much like I said, we had the standoff, and before that, I think we was like walking down the street, and I think we knew we was about to go to war. Like this was basically like the end. It was like, it seemed like it was the end of, like this was it. Like the part on set it off when Cleo knew she was about to go out. You know what I'm saying? It was like that, and we was like just talking amongst ourselves. And none of the jakes that I seen were even in the truth. You know what I'm saying? But I take it to be like the Lord, the unexpected, the ones you least expect, you know, which is his people, you know, ultimately. And as we were like talking and like, I was like, I'm in the spirit pep talking to everybody. I take something and I move it with telekinesis before we even got to them. And then I think we was flying. I can't even remember that specifically, but yeah, it was power completely had and gotten in that moment, in that dream. But as I did that before we got to the bridge that separated us, that had the bridge that was between us and the police, the military, you know, the squad cars, the paddy wagons, the choppers, all of them. You know, before we got to that point, you know, like I said, this is what was going on. I moved something, and then one of the jakes they seen that they pretty much was lacking. You know what I'm saying? And it was weird, man. I don't want to say faith, but it's like they was lacking on something. They was just lacking, or they had to just be shown something. But anyway, he ended up trying it, and he ended up getting power. And then when he got power, I was like, call him like, how about Shemel Shah? And as soon as he did it, he felt the power. He did this. He's like, man, call. He's like, how about Shemel Shah? You know. And then as that happened, I already knew what time it was. You know, but I'm not sure if that happened before or after. You know, it was sporadic. I usually, you know, get on my dreams when I have them. You know what I'm saying? But that's basically what went on. And then after that, we had the standoff. And as they was pointing their joints like this, I was like, and that shit flipped out his hand. And he like stumbled forward. You know, it was over with after that. I'm talking about start moving tanks. I was flipping everything. You know what I'm saying? Flipping everything. And right after that, like I said, a big, stupid, dumb, a humongous chariot came out of nowhere. And it looked just like I said, black opal. It was literally this color. You know? Out of nowhere. This shape. Humongous. Beautiful colors. The base was black and it had some fire colors in it. You know? Let me see. Yeah, man. It was just like this. Like outer space. You know? The base black. We got the colors in it, man. So yeah, I just want to get a few scriptures now. You know, so it just shows me, like the Lord said, you know, I'm going to read it again, Isaiah 59. And 19, it says, so shall they fear the name of the Lord Yahweh from the west, and that's dealing with America, the Western Hemisphere, and his glory from the rising of the sun. When the enemy shall come in like a flood, the Spirit of the Lord shall lift up a standard against him, and that's the military that's going to be let out loose on us. And that's what that vision went into, that dream, you know what I'm saying? The Chazaya one, that's what it went into, things to expect, prophecy. And that was all that was of prophecy, you know? And that's exactly what happened. And we had power in that moment when they came in like a flood. That was it. It was basically no one left in the city. It was just us. It was just us in a standoff with them, a small little group, and pretty much what the heck was I about to say? Pretty much we had power in that moment to war back, man. We ain't had no guns, no knives, no tanks, no bulletproof vests. You know what I'm saying? We didn't even have a slingshot, a bow and arrow, nothing. You know? That take me this. But with the Lord, we had power to war. You know? We had power to war. And it is comforting because it was so realistic. I know, like, I always been in situations like that to where I know the Lord always gonna come through. So, you know, I know when that time come which they already planning that rollout, you know, the military, these different forces to come against us on a carnal level, we gonna be equipped. This is Psalms 18, no matter if it, you know, we got what they have or not, you know. This is Psalms 18, and I'm gonna start at 32. I'm gonna actually start at 31. It says, man, you know what? Let me start at 29. For by thee have I run through a troop, and by my power, my God, have I leaped over a wall. This is in the NLT. In your strength, I can crush any army. With my God, my power, I can scale any wall. Reading on the NLT. God's way, the Most High, Yahweh Shemel Shah's way is perfect. All Yahweh Shemel Shah's promises prove true. He is a shield for all who look to him for protection. For who is God except Yahweh? Who is power except Yahweh? Who but our God, our power, is a solid rock? The Most High arms me with strength, and he makes my way perfect. Man, that's crazy, man. So, I'm going to read on. He trains my hands for battle. He trains my hands for battle. See that? He trains my hands for battle. He strengthens my arm to draw a bronze bow. That's crazy, man. Oh, that's heavy because it's like I drew the metal out of his hand, which was that gun. You know, it says, you have given me your shield of victory. Your right hand supports me, right? That's your house shot. And that's when the chariot came out, the big fathership came out of nowhere. I'm going to get a scripture on that. Your help has made me great. So yeah, that's heavy, man. Man, you have made a wide path for my feet to keep them from slipping. I chased my enemies and caught them. I did not stop until they were conquered. I struck them down so they could not get up. They fell beneath my feet. You have armed me with strength for the battle. You have subdued my enemies under my feet. So yeah, you placed my foot on their necks. I have destroyed all who hated me. It went down, man. They called for help, but no one came to their rescue. They even cried to Yahweh, but he refused to answer. And that's exactly what's going to go down, man. I ground them as fine dust in the wind. I swept them into the gutter like dirt. You gave me victory over my accusers. You appointed me ruler over nations. People I don't even know now serve me. And that's exactly what that's going to lead to. Because that's the last thing, one of the last things to go down before this thing go down, before we, the kingdom is completely translated, which leads me to Psalms 3. This is Psalms 3, and Psalms 3, and I'm going to start at verse 6. It says, I will not be afraid of 10,000s of people, right? There's prophecy. I will not be afraid of 10,000s of people that have set themselves against me round about. And that's exactly what is on the way, man. And at that time, when you heard lessons like this, you know what I'm saying, you read the scriptures, you got dreams or whatever, that you heard different testimonies, the Lord showed you, put you through different situations to where, you know that he exists and he can come through on any and everything. You're going to know even in that very moment when 10,000s of people surround us, that what, you're going to be all right. You know what I'm saying? They ain't going to prevail, and they can be armies of people with bullets that shred through, anything, any sort of flesh. We're going to be all right. Watch. You know what I'm saying? It says, I will not be afraid of 10,000s of people that have set themselves against me round about. Arise, O Yahweh. Save me, right? The Lord said he gonna lift up the standard, like rising when the enemy come in like a flood. So he's gonna be surrounded on every side at some point. A lot of brothers and sisters gonna be subject to this. But it says, but we're gonna be kept. Ultimately, it says, arise, O Lord, save me, O God, for thou hast smitten all my enemies upon the cheekbone. Right? The Lord gonna jump into the fight for us, and he gonna, punch one of these niggas in their jaw, shatter their jaw. That's what they're saying. He gonna jump in the fight. That's exactly what they're saying. It says, thou hast broken the teeth of the ungodly. Salvation belongeth unto Yahweh. Thy blessing is upon thy people, Salah. And ain't nobody else gonna get saved except Israel, Jacob, the Lord's people, which are the elect. All right, I got a couple more. This is Jeremiah 30:7. It says, alas, for that day is great, so that none is like it. It is even a time of Jacob's trouble, but he shall be saved out of it. Right? Mercy is seasonable in a time of affliction. And as his majesty is, so is his mercy. So pretty much, the Lord, man, it ain't nothing for him to just give you power, man. You know what I'm saying? And confound these people. He gonna confound these people, man. He gonna confound them. We ain't gonna have nothing. That's how the Lord want it. He don't want us with anything that they think they got of any carnal means. This is Psalms 44:6. For I will not trust in my bow. This is gonna happen. Obviously this is a jewel. You know what I'm saying? Like a gem being dropped on you. Like, nah, ain't no good. But a time gonna come for the Lord's elect where you ain't gonna be. You're not gonna be allowed to trust in that. That's gonna be taken out of your mind. For I will not trust in my bow, neither shall my sword save me. See that? But thou hast saved us from our enemies, and hast put them to shame that hated us. See that? And God, we boast all the day long and praise thy name forever. Salah. So I'd rather that, man. I'd rather that than to hold any gun, and take out a bunch of people. I'd rather the Lord give me the power of my hands. You know what I'm saying? Read on. It says, but thou hast cast off and put us to shame. Okay, never mind. So that's that, man. So pretty much, like I said, thousands of people gonna surround us, but pretty much the Lord he's gonna save us out of it. That's gonna be the time when he give us the power. That's why it's another reason for why it says alas. Because we waiting on the power, we waiting on the time to come to where, the power we believe in can be, manifested completely. Like he said, in weakness, his strength is made perfect. You know what I'm saying? So when we completely surrounded, outnumbered, outmanned, the thing, we outnumbered, in comparison of that which is seen, we gonna be completely all right. And that goes into what Elijah told Elisha. I'm gonna grab that real quick. This is 2 Kings 6:17. It says, I'm gonna actually start at I'm gonna go ahead and close this out. But it says, I'm gonna start at verse. One of his servants. I can't put this in the province. Yeah, let's start at 12. And one of his servants said, None, my lord, O king, but Elisha, the prophet that is in Israel, telleth the king of Israel the words that thou speakest in thy bedchamber. And he said, Go and spy where he is, that I may send and fetch him. And it was told him, saying, Behold, he is in Dathan. Therefore sent he thither horses and chariots and a great host, and they came by night and compassed the city about. So yeah, they was watching Elisha when it, sent armies in to round him up, for reasoning, for the king's comfort, But that's tribulation to Elisha. Read, knowing when the servant of the man of God was risen early and gone forth, behold, and hosts compassed the city, both with horses and chariots. And his servant said unto him, Alas, my master, how shall we do? That's spiritual. Alas, it says, Then, and he answered, Fear not, for they that be with us are more than they that be with them. And Elisha, so they was outnumbered, right, on the carnal level as far as what you can see. But it says, and Elisha prayed and said, Lord Yahweh, I pray thee, open his eyes that he may see. And that's kind of how that Jake was in the dream. It says, and Yahweh opened the eyes of the young man, and he saw, and behold, the mountain was full of horses and chariots of fire round about Elisha. So there it is. So we got armies around us, man. The Lord is going to be with us completely, and they're going to go forth and fight for us. The Lord going to use us to fight, That's what's going to happen, So this is Jeremiah 30:7. It says, Alas, for that day is great, so that none is like it. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble, but he shall be saved out of it. So they coming for us, but just like then, the Lord is going to show us he's with us, and we ain't going to be scared of nothing. It says, For it shall come to pass in that day, saith Yahweh of hosts, that I will break his yoke from off thy neck, and will burst thy bonds, and strangers shall no more serve themselves of him. See that? So the Lord, he gonna give us that power, man. We gonna wait on him, and he gonna renew our strength. So that's basically it. I'm gonna go ahead and get this one about Yahweh the chariot, and that'll be it, Lord willing. This was edifying and exhorting to some of you, to all the believers. So we go ahead and get this in Second Ezra. This is Second Ezra in the 13th chapter. I'm going to start at 1. And it came to pass after 7 days I dreamed a dream by night, and lo, there arose a wind from the sea, that it moved all the waves thereof. And I beheld, and lo, that man waxed strong with the thousands of heaven. See that? And that's talking about Yahushua. And when he turned his countenance to look, all the things trembled that were seen under him. And that's exactly what happened in the dream. When they seen the chariot, they was dismayed, because the heathen are dismayed at the signs of heaven. That boy came on the scene. Like, it just appeared, and it was just completely just, I'm like, yeah, that goes Yahushua. Yeah, we just took them out. I just flipped the tank, and then the Lord backup came on the scene. It was crazy. Anyway, it says, and it looked like a black opal, big piece of black opal. But it says, and whensoever the voice went out of his mouth, all they burned that heard his voice, like as the earth felleth when it filleth the fire. And after this I beheld, and lo, there was gathered together a multitude of men out of number from the four winds of the heaven to subdue the man that came out of the sea. But I beheld, because they're going to try to fight Yahushua, he come back to save us. You know, he's going to avenge his elect. That's what that was too. That was a scene of that, you know. As we're fighting the Lord, he like he said, strive for the truth unto death, and the Lord shall fight for thee. That's when he came on the scene. We were striving for the truth, man. It says, but we ain't, submit ourselves to them. We was in a position not to do something. We wasn't rounded up to be taken into it. We was warring with them, man. You know, on a spiritual level, man. You know, and they lost. But it says, and that's when the Lord pulled up. But it says, but I beheld, and lo, and he had graved himself a great mountain and flew upon it. And that's that fathership. See that? But I will have seen the region or place where out the hill was graven, and I could not. So it had the whole sky covered. It covered the whole skyline, man. You know? So that's how Yahushua will come back. And then, you know, when you read on in this, they basically tell you he gonna get busy when he come back. I have one more. This is Psalms 19 and verse Salakia. This is Proverbs 19. And so we ain't got nothing to worry about. These people, they need to think twice about trying us, because when they try us, that I believe that power. We gonna have that power. We gonna have power. Proverbs 19 and this is Proverbs 21. Proverbs 21 and 31. It says, I'm going to actually start at 30. There was no wisdom, nor understanding, nor counsel against Yahweh. The horse is prepared against the day of battle, but safety is of Yahweh. And I'm going to read that in the NLT. The horse is prepared for the day of battle. So they already on deck, man. You got to realize that they already in position. It's all set. They already practicing. They've been running their drills for the last years now, you know, for that last siege of Jerusalem. But they're gonna lose this time in a big way. Nothing they come with gonna be able to be it's gonna work. All it takes, they prepare all the bullets, all the training they gave, they regular peon, and people that enrolled in the army and that went on to have the wisdom of the princes of this world. It's not gonna mean nothing. It's gonna come to naught. It's gonna fail, man. No matter how long a dude been driving a helicopter, how long he's been using this gun. No matter if he's the best shooter amongst all of them, he could shoot a pebble sitting on the fence from 60 miles away. That shit ain't gonna work, man. Ain't no power or counsel against Yahweh Ba'Shem Shah. It says the horse is prepared for the day of battle, but the victory belongs to the Lord, and that victory is gonna be had by us, man. He's gonna get that victory through his people. So Lord, when you've been edified, I'm gonna go ahead and close this out. I'm gonna say Kahalam like Yahweh Ba'Shem Shah wa Haru Kakadash. So yeah, till next time, Shalom.